Okay, so it's day 20, day 33 still. Just been out. Um, yeah, so I noticed the energies are quite different today. You know, there's like I can. They've been infiltrating my territory and trying to find ways to get at me. Um, so I can notice people's energy is like charged up. I can notice their chakras charged up, and they're looking for like subtly looking for ways of like weaknesses in me they can get through. And okay, so they didn't actually. I don't know what it's. They've been using more subtle techniques anyway. That's what's going on. As I was walking home, I got this, pain in my right knee. This connects with the pathway from the physical plane up to the Mercury sphere on the physical tree. So the right leg, it's the card of judgment. And all this is about judgment. Like how the agent is always judging Neo and people, like he's judging them. And I've been turning the tables on him, and he don't like it. I'm judging him, like I'm making him like answer for his crimes, and he don't like it. So he's been appealing to the Sun sphere, right? Now, on the physical plane, this is corresponding to the crown chakra and the brow chakra, and on the tree of life system, that's the supernal triad. So that can be considered all one thing, right? In the same way, on the spiritual plane, the top part of the tree, the supernal triad, would be the heart center and the solar plexus. So that would all be one thing as well. These things are worth bearing in mind because they can make things. You can use these sorts of knowledge to your advantage. I'll explain why. Hopefully, I'll explain why. Okay, right. So naturally, Mercury is appealing to the Sun for help. Um, they're all a bunch of fakers, as far as I'm concerned. The Sun sphere on the astral plane is kind of like I see it like the architect, the architect from the Matrix films. Um, Whereas probably Venus would be more like the Merovingian. But that's not neither here nor there really. What the point of this video is, I've been attacked on my right knee, and it was like a dog attacking me, but it was also like an agent, you know, just like a little ferocious. Like how Agent Smith gets really, really angry and he's attacking and he gets ferocious. It was like that, but kind of smaller and like lower down, like a dog, like biting at my lower leg and knee and stuff. This connects with Cerberus, like guarding the underworld. It's his like job. But what we can do, we've got to remember, it's also an agent. So there's no real point fighting it. You're just fighting yourself, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at it in terms of the physical plane and the fact that it's this supernal triad, and the pathways that link this area up, these areas of the solar plexus up to the spiritual plane. The Sun sphere on the tree, the Devil and Death, the cards for Capricorn and Scorpio. And the card of Death is also a card of transformation, right? Now, if we move this up to the astral plane and see how it connects with the physical plane, it's connecting with the card of the Fool, which goes from the first sphere down to the second sphere, and the card of the Magus, the Magician, which is the card of Mercury, which goes from the first sphere down to the third sphere of understanding. So you've got to realise these connect. Like the Magus is going to connect with the Devil, the Fool is going to connect with the Death card of transformation. And what's going on here is you've got to incorporate these aspects. You've got to turn the Devil into the Magus. You've got to turn the Death and Scorpio transformation into the Fool. And the card of the Fool, what this means is you're going to become like the Magus, and in a way like Orion. And Cerberus is going to be transformed into the dog star, and you're like man's best friend, and he's in the Fool card. That's going to be the little dog that's sort of guiding you, and like snapping at your heels sometimes to sort of, you know, warn you about things, because like dogs have got instincts and that, you know. So there's an element of like getting like attacked by the agents in the form of Cerberus, the dog of the underworld, and turning it all round, and so that you become like the Fool, and Cerberus is now your like pet dog. And you're also like Orion and like the Magus as well, the magician, which corresponds to the highest place. Because, you know, while this is going on, while we're taking over the sphere of Mercury, in a sense, we're also having to deal with these other two spheres at the same time. So these are like the three heads of Cerberus. Okay. We're going to carry on with this over tomorrow and the next day, so there'll be plenty of time to go over this and, you know, really get to understand it properly.